Oh, snap. People can see us. They can hear us. Hey, we were just talking about the fine intricacies of chicken nuggets from McDonald's, because this stream is now definitely sponsored by McDonald's spicy chicken nuggets.
100%.
Even though those spicy chicken nuggets are weak as fuck. So it's one of those weird things. I don't know. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to the goddamn show. We're playing some Forbidden Lands here. We're continuing on Raven's Purge. My map over here is being dumb. I gotta refresh real quick. Anyway, I don't even know. Yeah, we're here. We've got another new face. Well, it's new to you, a dear friend of ours, to go along with the new face from last session. But we'll get there eventually. I think the first thing we're going to do is introductions. Tell us, who you are, plug your pluggables, and then tell us about your character. And then we'll do a little recap, get everyone up to date on what's going south, and then we'll play. We'll do things. That's great. Yeah, I'm Chuck. I run the Defenders of Kobold. We actually have a Kickstarter. It's today's Saturday, right? We have a Kickstarter, not tomorrow, but the day after on Monday. So you can find it somewhere.
Boom, just drop the link.
Oh, look at you on top of things.
I got mod privileges. I can put links.
Look at you. Yeah, we got a Kickstarter launching on Monday because we're kickstarting the next copy of our zine. So it's going to be great, and you should back it because it's great. That's all I got. Adam, hi.
Hello. How are you?
We're good.
Good. My name's Adam Rose. I'm with Grim and Perilous Studios. I am providing some ambience of the forest with a bird in the background today. But I am playing Huxley. Huxley is an orc sorcerer who specializes in blood and death magic. So everything's going to be just fine. What I would like to plug is I'd like to plug the Rocket to Russia Kickstarter by John Hambone McGuire. I was brought on to do some rules development for it, and it's been funded. So if you'd like to check out a role-playing game about 80s action movies, basically, where you get to be an action hero and sometimes bend the laws of physics, then check it out. Oh, look at that. You beat me to it, Jeff.
So exciting.
Those damn mod privileges. I'm just mad with power.
Yeah.
All right. Did you say who you're playing today?
Yes, I did. I'm playing Huxley, the orc sorcerer.
That's good. Sometimes I forget things.
That's okay.
Dan.
I'm Dan, and I'm playing Dan.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Who's now missing a foot, unlike me, thank goodness.
So far,
there's plenty of time.
Life imitates art, right?
Hungry. Yeah. My cats do get hungry sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm our not so great thief, but fairly lore heavy for some reason, and hopefully I don't make any rolls today. That's how I succeed the most.
That's how we do. That's how we do. Just so everyone's watching, just so we're clear, 200 bits buys Dan a reroll because he's going to need it.
It's a fact.
What do we got next on the list? We got Jake.
Well, I'm Jake. I'm with the Defenders of Kobold. All of our pluggables can be, found at our Discord or on Twitch or on Twitter. Kobold Defenders. So, yeah, you'll find us wherever you look for us. And I'll be playing an aging goblin named Osborne. Very creative, I know. And also, he has a large boar named Bob that he likes to ride around on.
It's your moneymaker, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Children love Bob when he's not terrifying them.
There we go. Nice and easy. Moving us over to the other side up at the top, we got Jeff.
Passed. I couldn't get to mine in time, but I got Defenders up.
Nice.
Hey, I'm Jeff. Adventures in Lollygagging. We play various games on the internet at twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. And I often play on this channel, like way more than I realized. So in addition to playing in Chuck's wonderful game, I also run a Vaesen game that will be on Monday night. So in a couple days, you can catch it out at 9 Central. And soon we're going to be playing some things from the Flood as well. I've already started to put that little thing together. And so, yeah, tune in for that in the coming, probably next month, probably March. So if you want to check that out. I am playing Waits, who is a dwarven minstrel of some age who had a adventurous youth where he, ruined marriages and stuff, and now he's trying to be a better man in his later years. He has he's taken like a bard or two under his wing to form the power musical group known as Mirth Gin Inquire. And yeah, that's him. And he's like, I think he also has a horse now named Death Butter.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah. And a couple other horses, but we didn't really name them. They're like Steve and Jim or something.
Yeah, something boring.
They're less
Who
important.
cares? Yeah, they're not important.
Death Butter's where it's at.
Death Butter is the way to go. But that's Waits.
There we go. And we got our new face today. Jen, make some words.
Just a few words.
As many
This is
as you
Jen.
want.
Today I will be playing a Wolfkin huntress named Grace Firewalker. I have a Twitch channel called Pixel Prowler that I play games on with some of the GMP crew.
Haha.
Haha.
I beat Jeff to it. There's the link.
I was
Follow Jen.
typing a message along with it, but whatever.
I definitely cheated. I knew it. I'm like, Jeff is going to say something clever.
I was.
I'm just going to put it out there. Yeah. So then you're playing Grace. Yeah. What is Grace going to do today? Like, what's Grace about?
Grace is about the world she is living in and being in tune with everything around her and kind of just following the wind as it whispers to her.
Okay. So we've got, so far in this party, we've got a terrible thief, a goblin who likes starting things on fire, a trio of musicians, and 2 hippies. Looking at you, Melissa and Jen.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
We do
And-
sort of have our little side business too, that I think is gone by the wayside at this point.
What was our side business?
Our mercantile stuff. We got a cart full of goods.
Oh, yeah. That kind of did
Can't
go by the
sell
way.
it anywhere because the place we're gonna sell it just got destroyed. So.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. All right. Yeah.
We sold one cart full of beer, and that was it.
That's all you need.
It's a good start. And they're
Yeah.
like, that's
Start.
good for this year. Next year, try again.
We don't want to sell too much because then we have to file taxes.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's down to the limit.
Yeah. All right. And Melissa.
So I'm Melissa with Adventures in Lollygagging. I play Bellari the Mistwalker. She is a halfling druid. Her pride used to be that she was really good at cooking, but she lost that pride. And so now she still cooks, but she's like super needy, like, it's good, right? It's good, right? It's okay. And kind of down on herself. But her new pride is that she's good at keeping the group from getting lost and kind of keeping us on path. She used to spend a lot of time alone out and about in the woods, and is enjoying her time now with the group. She's an older woman, leathered, tanned, curly auburn hair. Used to be curly auburn hair. I should probably change that on my sheet, because the thing that happened last session is that I now look like a golden retriever. So I no longer have auburn hair. I now look like a golden retriever. So I got a hat in between my shopping. So I'm covering my golden retriever-ness a bit.
Very exciting. All right. So, yeah, we start off in the sad little village of Candlekeep. It used to be a very prosperous, yet kind of small trading fort, you might put it. They specialized in, furs, meats, a lot of hunting coming out of the Dankwood Forest, just north a handful of hexes. But yeah, you all accidentally released an undead king from Weatherstone. Well, I can't really say you. You didn't do it.
We were present at the time.
Yeah, an asshole bard. I forget his name.
Dalb.
Dalb. It was Dalb. That's it. Dalb.
I will never forget the name.
Waits will not forget.
Yeah, you all went in, and Dalb was pretending to be friendly, despite Wait's warnings that this dude was shady. And Dalb pretty much sang a magical song and awoke all of the dead in Weatherstone. You all escaped with your lives. It was narrow, and you continued on your adventurous ways, only to find out now that those undead rose up and formed a small army and went and killed everyone in Candlekeep. Well, almost everyone.
I'd just like to know how they got across that chasm that I almost didn't make it across.
Like a human bridge, like ants.
There
That
you go.
checks out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I hope it's still there for when we have to go back later and turn it into our keep.
Well,
We know that if they fall down the chasm, it's at least one Rust brother shorter of a fall.
That is true. He's there to cushion.
yeah. So, when we last left off, you all kind of fortified yourself in the tavern. Let's see, where is that? That was in Candlekeep.
I believe there was still plenty of good beer.
Well, yeah, the undead, they didn't take anything. I'm just trying to remember, though. The Grumpy Horse Inn and Tavern. You all crashed the night there to recover your strength a bit before heading back out. Like I said, there was still plenty of food, plenty of beer. But you didn't want to wait too long, because there is a potential host of undead now marching towards the Hollows. And your goal is to sneak up on the king of those undead and destroy or disarm it to get rid of its staff or its rod and its sword to see if that'll destroy the rest of the host. But as you're all relaxing for the night, resting, the door swings open. And in walks a new person that you all haven't seen before. What does this person look like there, Jen?
Right when he falls off my desk, sorry. They are a kind of a grayish, bluish undercoat. They have brown leather that they're wearing over certain areas of their body to be a little bit more discreet. They've got a bow on their back and some tribal symbols.
Okay. So now, Grace, you've probably, I don't know if you're a resident of Candlekeep, but you've definitely probably done business in Candlekeep before. When you're in need of supplies, medicine, some food, it's easy enough to take some skins and trade off for whatever you might need. Now, you made your last trek into Candlekeep, and when you arrived, you found the town gates crudely barricaded. It looks like they were broken down. You were able to either hop the fence or find some other way to enter the fort, the outpost, whatever you want to call it. And as you move through town, there's no one. Ghost town. There was clear signs of a battle, but there's no bodies. There's blood stains on the ground, on the walls, marks of swords and arrows. But yeah, just no dead. But as you kind of move through town, that you saw the chimney of the Grumpy Horse had a thin, whisper of smoke coming out of it. Maybe a few lights on. And so you approached and you found yourself here, and you open up the door and you look in on a group of, oh God, how many of there are you? There's what, 7, plus a fox and a pig, and a
I like to think we brought Death Butter, but not the other horses inside.
yeah, the other horses are in the stable, but Death Butter's inside the inn.
Would be true.
But yeah, you got, there's a pig, a fox, a very magnificent looking horse. Yeah, you step in and, maybe you see an elderly dwarf masterfully picking at the strings on a lute. And this is, your introduction to the crew. Feel free to ask them questions, or, the rest of you feel free to ask our new friend Grace questions.
Hail, brothers, sisters. What has taken place here?
Oh.
What's I say as I'm throwing stuff into a makeshift fire.
Hello. Who are you?
I'm Grace.
Hello, Grace. Name's Oxley.
Yeah.
I kind of look towards, like,
Great.
any of the others, because I'm still kind of new in the group.
I'll wave in Osborne, and I'll point to a boar sleeping in the corner.
Damn.
Bellari is kind of bent over a field kitchen, making some food of what was left. And so she'll, just kind of, she's clearly a bit busy for the social interaction. So she's just going to sort of lift her head up quickly and just say, Bellari, I'll have a plate for you in a few, and goes back to cooking.
We're working on tracking an undead king and his army as it makes his path across the countryside here.
Did you say undead?
Yeah.
That's not natural. It's not the natural order of things.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
The wind has whispered to me, so I am here. Need you help with this situation?
Yes. Plenty of it.
So,
Well, you have my bow.
that was, that worked out surprisingly well compared to some other late night encounters I've had at, around a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what easier than usual.
Do you typically have issues with strangers?
Well, we're kind of a motley crew.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Issues with a city full of orcs. We've got some issues with a castle full of dead people roaming around, killing everybody. We got some issues with some elves, an evil prince riding a dragon thing. We got issues, but
The elves are a concern to you?
well, the elves of which who are concerned to us are not nice people.
Did they not give you the official greeting?
No.
That's tragic.
Truly.
Truly.
What is the
Since I
official
am an elf.
greeting of an elf? Out of
It's a secret.
curiosity.
Well, you do this, sticks finger, and put it in their ear. Don't you know that?
I'll try that next time.
I learned something today. That's good.
Yes, Temeneme de Menewewa taught me that one.
What?
It's time to get good with your customs. It will do you well.
Billy Dan's gonna
It's fantastic.
just gonna let that one go. It's too
I'm
new.
just gonna sniff the air real quick. What is that you are cooking? Bellari,
Oh.
you say?
It's just a stew. It's
Just a
it's
stew.
all right. You can try it. It'll be
It
fine.
smells delicious.
Well, thank you. I do the best I can. And so Grace will get the first bowl of the evening.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So you all stay the night together in the Grumpy Horse. You tell your stories. You get everything caught up. Now, I do want to just remind Osborne here. Don't forget that you also have a city of trolls who are angry at you as well, down in Ravenhole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you not accidentally, you released a bear.
Yeah, we intentionally did that.
I seem to remember I got along swimmingly with one of those fine
did, didn't
ladies
you?
down there, so I think I'll be all right. Rest of y'all are screwed, but I'm okay. We swap songs and such.
It's,
And such.
Some stuff happened off screen, so it's all fine.
So, morning rolls around, and you all know your task at hand. So, at least, I presume you do. Why don't you all walk me through real quick what your plan of the day is, so I can think about the best ways to thwart that between here and there.
I think our goal was to go to the town first, try and get them to evacuate.
The Hollows, yeah.
Yeah, the Hollows. And then try and figure out where the army is.
Sure.
Either that, or we do that crazy thing where we split the party and do both at the same time.
That always ends up well.
Uh huh.
Like,
Which is why I said the crazy thing up for, you know.
yeah, if
Crazy.
we had a carriage, it might explode.
Good. I look over at Death Butter. No, we ain't risking this one. Yeah, I think Dan's right. I think we were gonna try to like go around the army that was en route to the Hollows and see if we can get there quicker,
Okay.
like faster, like double time it, and see if we can evacuate if possible.
Sure. All right. So yeah, the journey to the Hollows is easy enough. These are tiles that you've been through already, so we don't need to do the rolls or anything. You move through 2 tiles a quarter day. So if you set out in the morning, by lunch or before lunch, you make it to the Hollows. Now, as you're traveling along this route through these kind of plains, you do occasionally find a destroyed skeleton on the ground. Catches you off guard. At first, maybe there's like one, but the closer you get to the Hollows, it starts kind of picking up in frequency. And by the time you're making it kind of towards the final hex of the Hollow, you've maybe seen at least 100 skeletons, and even some of them turn into just the undead skeleton or corpses, like probably the resurrected residents of Candlekeep.
Either they're not lasting or something's picking them off as they move along, maybe.
Are there any signs of like fire or scorching? Maybe the demon got here faster than
No.
us. Okay.
No, none.
Do they look like they've been like cut, or like are there arrows or anything that might suggest?
You give me a I want like a health based test.
Like I could do that.
Yeah.
If you
I want to.
call me over, Dan.
What is that? Is that yeah? I want a healing test.
That's my bread and death butter. Let's see. Got maybe the name of the next band.
Bread and death butter. It's fantastic.
I got a success.
Yeah, I'll call it good enough. Yeah, there's no, you can see what appears to be older score marks on these bones. Slashes, maybe the thing that killed them previous battles, but the newest breaks, the newest points of trauma on these skeletons and corpses, all look to be of large creatures, like raking attacks, giant bite marks, crushed bones. Large beasts of some form seem to be responsible for this.
So there's like a herd of bears walking around hunting the undead.
Maybe.
And do you know anything about crazy monsters in these parts or some such? Like something in those forests in the north?
I'm gonna take a closer look and see if I can distinguish what it might be.
Sure. I want a survival test for that. Oh wow, 3 successes. That's good. Actually, yeah, you're familiar enough with the larger predators that kind of roam the Ravenlands, and it looks to be 2 different species have done this. You can track the wounds of. These are clearly the clawing marks of large bears. These are the crushing bite marks of large bears. They've got a very wide bite, very deep. But then also you find what looks to be like wolves, like, large wolves also have kind of torn asunder some of these skeletons as well.
Interesting that they would be.
It looks like brothers and sister wolves have been here. And it looks like there have been bears.
That's either good or bad for us.
Well, it's bad for them, so it could only be good for us, right?
So, as you get closer to the hollows, you can actually see the frequency of the undead kind of starts increasing further to the north. Now, you feel that you can easily make it to the hollows without any encounters of any form by following the path you previously taken into that and then up north to the hollows. But it looks like you can kind of see that maybe there was some kind of battlefield towards the northwest, because you can see far more undead littering the plains in this area. Do you want to continue on to...
I got a cookie.
Oh shit, look at you. Do you want to continue on to the hollows, or do you want to go investigate what appears to be a decimated undead host?
Investigate.
Okay. So here we are going to be moving into a new tile. So that means we get to roll some stuff.
Cool.
If everyone wants to open up the characters tab and look at, it's called Party Sheet Test. Let me get it.
Oh, because the regular one's still busted.
Yeah, the regular one's still busted. And I was like, I'm going to fix this. And then I never did. And if you want to click on the travel tab. So what you'll do, Jen, is while you're traveling, you can see like you're put in other currently. So we're going to have one person lead the way, and that's Bellari. We'll usually have someone do keep watch, which is scouting. But just kind of drag your token to whatever you would want to do for this portion of the, the journey. And then we'll start with Bellari. Bellari, if you want to roll out, lead the way.
My token dragging is not dragging.
What did you do? Where are you? Steely Dan.
Just normal levels of Dan.
You want to try now?
Now I'm in other.
Yeah, I moved you there.
I'm putting myself in keep watch, and it's saying nah. Well, I'm there now, so
I dropped you there. I don't know what's up.
So during the first part, you can only hike, lead the way, or keep watch.
Yeah, pretty much. This is, since it's just one hex, there's actually not a whole lot for you all to do.
Got a success.
So there's our success. Dan, if you want to roll the keep watch.
yeah. Give me just a second here. Trying to double check what my spyglass does for me because I forgot.
Oh, that was loud.
Okay, 2 successes.
Okay. Luckily, I did my little roll, and there's no additional random encounters in this hex. But as you all move further into this plane, this area, you're kind of approaching the woods to the north, and just this undead host is just decimated. You don't see a standing skeleton, a standing zombie. They all just seem to be torn to shreds. Finally, coming over a low hill, you see possibly who may have been a culprit for this. A monstrously large gray bear standing there, gnawing on a bit of arm, just cracking it to bits, kind of lap out the marrow from inside.
Bellari is immediately going to move everyone back to the tree line. So
Sure.
she's just like, she's just going to get a look on her face. And she's just immediately going to like,
Now, is this
And
the
just-
bear that we set loose a long time ago?
No,
Okay.
that was a demonic bear. This is just a regular bear.
Oh no, we killed the demonic bear. I meant
Did you?
the one in that one camp.
The one from the ogres.
Oh,
No.
yeah. That was, it would, maybe. It doesn't seem to be, though.
Let's not ask. Let's just,
Yeah.
thank you for destroying all this army of undead.
Mhm,
Just be
mhm, mhm.
careful here. Might still be hungry. There's not a whole lot of meat on these bones.
Like I said, could be good, could be bad.
Is the meat still any good?
And there's
Uh,
a pound's worth of meat.
Bears have strong constitutions, I think. I don't know.
everyone get back to the trees. Just give me a minute to check this out.
Okay. The rest of you are able to safely kind of move back out of the way. Bellari, what are you wanting to do?
Can I make some sort of a roll to see my recognition of this bear?
Absolutely. Goodness gracious, what would that be?
Is it like an insight?
Yeah, I think insight would fit well.
Oh no.
Would you like to push that?
Some willpower.
Say that again?
I said if you push, you get some willpower.
That's true.
This is true. And other things happen. I'll push. Oh crap.
Oh, you get a willpower. That's fine. So you move up carefully, trying to get a better line of sight on this bear to kind of see what's going on. You can see maybe this bear might have caught scent of something on the air as it kind of picks its head up, starts sniffing heavily. You're not sure if it's you or not, but you feel that maybe it might be a good time to roll a stealth check.
Yes, indeed. 3 successes on that
Wow.
one.
There we go.
So you check your windage, and sure enough, you've accidentally drifted too far towards the west, and the wind's kind of blowing a bit of your scent towards the bear. So you move back towards the south and towards the east to kind of break that off. The bear goes back to scrounging on the ground, chewing up bits of bone. And further towards the north, you hear an incredibly loud whistle, like someone whistling for a dog. And the bear perks up and immediately starts galloping off in that direction. Now, Bellari, you already know what I'm circling around here.
I do.
You recognize that whistle. And you know now the situation that you're in. So I'll let you handle it how you want to.
Okay, so I am going to go back to the group, and I'm going to let them know. I thought that I might recognize the bear. I wasn't quite sure, but I definitely recognized that whistle. You all should probably keep hidden for a bit. That whistle is connected to an individual that is quite dangerous, and I need to see if I can have a conversation before anyone else comes out.
Okay.
If it's dangerous, is it they're not going to be dangerous towards you?
Oh, it might very well be. Did not part on the best of terms, but larger dangers at the moment.
So you wish to go all by yourself and talk with this person that they may very well kill you?
But will definitely kill you. So it's a difference between a guaranteed and a possibility.
It's an individual, though. It's like one person and a bear.
Mm?
We can handle that.
I can keep the bear calm.
Is it just this
Sure you
one
can.
bear that killed this whole army? I mean,
Very
Okay, good
possibly.
point. Maybe not. Maybe we can't
Yeah.
handle that.
Yeah, we are not an army. We are just a band.
a really good band, mind
An
you.
amazing band.
We have a name, but never mind. I'll talk off topic. We'll get back to that later. Okay. I mean, should we at least, maybe sneak behind you and keep an eye out just in case things goes out, or have a signal?
That would be great. I will do an owl's call.
What does that sound like?
If
Just to be sure.
assistance
Can
is
we
needed.
just test that out right now, really quick, just to make sure we know what it sounds like?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I was crinkling up a bag. Could you do that again? Couldn't quite hear it.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Who? Got it.
Huxley.
You're Huxley.
That's you?
Yeah, it's who I am.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're saying who? Who is it? It's Huxley. That's who.
Okay, so Bellari is going to go in the direction of that the bear went.
Sure. So Bellari sets off through this field of dead, again, people. And sure enough, it's maybe after 5-10 minutes of a walk through this, your fears are confirmed as you see this towering, 10, 11 foot tall man. Looks almost to be more bear than human at this point. With, sure enough, the bear that you saw before lying next to him on the ground, confirming that this bear is indeed Petunia. So the thing that really catches you off guard is not necessarily seeing your old mentor, but seeing that maybe 20 feet to him, and you can see that Bjorn is actually mocking the skeletal king that you saw in Weatherstone. Bjorn has a large hunk of questionable looking meat that they're kind of chewing on between guffaws. The skeletal king, as you approach, seems to be trapped. On the ground around them is a ring of white mushrooms, a fairy ring. Somehow Bjorn has managed to trap the skeletal king inside this fairy ring. But as you get closer, you notice that Petunia's head picks up, and she sees you. And then
I'm going to go into immediate sweet, like, hey, girl, how's it been?
And she immediately leaps up and charges you.
I stand my ground. I'm thinking this is going to go okay. And I just keep talking sweet. Like, hey, girl.
And sure enough, you're correct. She bowls you over, collapsing on top of you.
It's killing her.
Just.
We got to charge. Charge in, guys.
Yeah. Just nuzzles, heavy laps at your face. The same old teddy bear that you remembered from the old days in the forest. This does catch Bjorn's attention, though, as he calls out, what'd you get, Petunia? Bring it over here.
And I'm going to sneak Petunia just a little snack from my bag.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to kind of just stand up Bjorn, it is I, Bellari.
Well, I'll be a fucking squirrel's left nutted if it isn't Bellari. Finally made it back, have you?
It appears that we have actually, our paths are aligned, which is quite surprising. I don't imagine we would have had shared adventures any time over the last 40 or so years, but
Yeah.
we were actually seeking that one there.
Oh my goodness. What a pleasant surprise. You know,
And I'm still waiting to see. I'm not entirely sure that I'm not going to get killed by this person, but
he seems very smug about
testing the
this.
water.
Yeah. You know, I figured after you ruined my fun at that logger camp, you would have seen me and ran the other direction. So,
you know, when the world changes as it has and there are larger dangers out there, sometimes we need to reevaluate some things. I wanted to approach you individually. I actually have a group with me. Can we agree that you won't kill them?
what do they want?
We're actually trying to fight that one right there that you have, and they will all be quite surprised to see him sitting here. Do I have your word?
You know what? Despite how things ended, I still ain't that mad at you. I won't kill your friends yet. Come on, bring them over.
Thank you. And so I'll bring Petunia with me.
Sure.
Just to run with this big ass bear back to the group. So you see Bellari probably moving faster than you've seen her move in quite a while, running next to this glorious little bear. And so she'll come back to everyone and say
move the other way.
Is she running away from it or running with it?
And so I'm going to kind of let everyone know, this is Petunia. She's going to be fine. She's actually quite lovable once you get to know her. But let me just tell you that individual in there is someone that I used to, he was my mentor a very long time ago, and we had a falling out, but I needed to be assured that he wasn't going to murder all of you, because that is how he tends to solve problems, is by killing people and things. But he actually has quite a surprise, so I think it's safe for us now to join him by his fire.
100 ways to kill us.
I know a thing or two about disagreements with mentors. I imagine this must be very difficult for you.
It is very sad when it happens. He is the individual that sort of sees all, when you are big and strong, you see all problems as things to be torn asunder. And that is how Bjorn goes through life.
I can identify with that.
Hopefully we're not a problem.
I like to think that Alacrin and Waits share a look. That's not going to be us, buddy. It's not going to be us. It's okay. I'm just meant to.
Yeah. So I'll kind of...
He eats Bob. It's a dead bear. I'm just saying right now.
So, yeah, it's amusing that you say that, because Petunia, after Bellari gives all of you a proper introduction to Petunia, I would imagine maybe, Bellari hands you all some treats of some form to feed Petunia real quick to keep you all on good terms. Petunia does take a very keen interest in Bob. So it's definitely enough to make you slightly uncomfortable there, Osborne. But with Bellari around, Petunia is behaving herself. Now, the rest of you...
Just imagining the, no, leave it. No.
Get the spray ball out.
Naughty.
Right.
I assume that works on bears.
Why wouldn't it?
At least the first time.
So yeah, you all make your way over, and sure enough, you come across this giant, 10, 11 foot man, hairy, giant muscles on him. At first, you're not sure if it's a partially bald bear standing on its hind legs, but you get close enough, and it's some kind of just monstrous ass dude.
Ready ready in case it works on him too.
But yeah, the surprise you do see is the circle of mushrooms with the king, the skeleton king, standing there in the center of it, just angrily glaring at anyone who walks within visual
Does he
range.
have his sword and scepter still?
And he's got his sword sheathed on his belt and his scepter in hand.
Well,
But you do see Bjorn tending to a fire next
clearly
to...
we're dangerous here.
Bellari will make introductions.
Yeah, but he's tending to a fire, and he's got hunks of meat kind of setting on the edge of the fire cooking. But yeah, so Bellari, if you give your introductions.
Bellari also wants to try to identify the meat.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival test.
All right.
That was Steve.
Yeah.
It's definitely Steve.
No.
You're not sure exactly what it is, but I mean, Bjorn, you have your suspicions.
The old fisherman and his son. No.
He's like, these are the little runts that I've promised not to kill this day. Greetings, friends. I'm Bjorn of the forest.
Hello.
Oh, well met.
Yes, I have food on the fire for us. If you're hungry, please help yourself.
I could eat.
We ate plenty before we set out.
It's not be hasty, Dan. It's only he's offered us some food. Let's be courteous here.
I, for one, would hate to refuse hospitality.
Exactly, I agree, Huxley.
I will happily eat whatever he has.
I will tentatively eat it with a strange face if it starts to go wrong.
So he picks up a mostly cooked leg off the fire, and he starts kind of just ripping off hunks of flesh and like slapping it into hands. There you go. Unless any of you like the giblets, over here, and he picks up. He's got I've got liver, lungs. They're just a little too chewy for me. Oh, here we go. I managed to get a couple hearts. Those are fun. Anyone?
I'll take some of those lungs and a heart. Bob really likes that stuff. He loves giblets.
Huxley, his eyes go wide when he hears that, and he just kind of wordlessly starts approaching Bjorn with his hands out.
So Bjorn slaps a human heart into your hands, and he tosses the lungs and another heart at Osborne.
Bellari's gonna just pop in and just ask. I learned to cook many things when we had our time together. Might I ask what is on the menu today?
Oh, people. Listen, they were already dead when I found them. Well, kinda. They were still fresh, though. It's fine.
So these was undead when you killed them.
Yes.
That doesn't do anything to the meat, does it?
I've never had a problem with it before.
Huxley will bring the heart up to his face and inhale deeply as he smells it. What sort of experience am I having?
Almost, extreme excitement. Your heart's just a going, pitter patter, a little bit of adrenaline kind of back there. You can feel the endorphins ready to start, rushing out. As you take that big, deep sniff, it's just a good, well-charred chunk of meat. There is just the tiniest hint of just a sour note kind of in there. Like maybe it was really starting to go south when he threw it on the fire, but you've probably eaten worse.
Are all humans of a sour disposition?
All the ones I've met.
He actually stares down at it, and he you can see he's debating on whether or not he should take a bite out of it. He holds it in his hands for quite some time.
Bjorn, come on, don't let it go cold, boy. As he's chewing on like a, like an arm or something like that.
Huxley like looks around to see how the others are reacting to this.
How are the rest of you reacting to Huxley's very
Bellari's
clear...
not that hungry.
Uncomfortable.
Might I take a closer look at your heart you have there?
This is up to you, Huxley.
Sure. As I like reluctantly hand it over.
No, you don't need to hand it to me. You can keep that. I just want to look at it closer. I'm gonna bend over it and take a big whiff through my nose and through my teeth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like a little bit of my lip curl up in a sneer at it.
Yeah.
When you digest a heart, you could take on certain complexities of its previous owner. There's a taint that I smell.
It's on a different part of the
Devour
body.
at your own discretion.
I appreciate that reaction, Melissa. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Huxley.
I'll look at Bob and make sure he's not being all weird with eating stuff.
No, Bob. Bob chows it down.
Or anything. Good boy, Bob.
No
pat him.
issues. Yeah.
Actually, look over at Osborne. Like, since Osborne was wanting some heart too, he kind of.
Yeah. Let me have a bite of that.
And he hands it over to Osborne.
I'm gonna do some like sideways visual trickery, like there we go. Have some of that, Osborne, and feed the rest. In other words, the whole thing to Bob.
Give me a sleight of hand, Jake.
Oh boy.
Pushing.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get 2 WP out of that. So.
Yep. Oh boy.
That's all I gotta get out of it.
So yeah, Huxley, you see him fake eating and
That's
getting
a
ready to
shot.
toss that to his pig.
Just drops behind you very clearly.
Plop.
He looks extremely disappointed and extremely relieved at the same time. Like, he you can see he's very conflicted as he says, well, I mean, now it's hit the ground.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's too late now.
Here you go, Bob. It's all yours, buddy.
Yeah. Bob
6
chows
seconds.
down. Yeah. So Bjorn cuts back in. So, Bellari says we're all working together. This is good news. I need some help for the next steps.
What do you believe the next steps are?
Oh, I need maybe 2 or 3 of the villagers inside this place here.
To do what exactly?
Oh, I'm going to tear them to bits and hang their entrails in the trees between their village and the forest.
Why is that always your go-to? Why?
It makes a
what
strong
is with
point.
you and entrails?
Maybe we can make a strong point for you without doing that.
And what point are you trying to make exactly?
I don't know what these... Listen, it's bad enough they're having these big battles next to my forest. I had to come out here and take care of all these idiots, and he just throws like a partially chewed hand or something like that, and it slaps the Skeleton King right in the face, and just blood kind of trickles down the skeleton's face as it stares daggers at Bjorn.
Oh, hell,
But-
if you're mad at people for starting fights, we know about the guy who's actually starting it. It's this dingleberry named, what was his name again? Wait.
Zertrum, are you talking about? Or Zergfor? It's a family thing. It's a family problem.
Zjogfer. I know Zjogfer. Well, I don't know him. I know of him.
Well, Dalb is who started this fight.
Oh, yeah.
That one, yeah. There's a lot of those.
That guy.
Dalb.
That one's mine, though.
Some crazy bard guy who woke this dingleberry up.
I didn't know they were running around pretending to be Dalb still. That's funny.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Who was running around? You said something about someone running around pretending to be Dalb?
Oh, you don't know. Oh, I'm not going to ruin their fun. Good luck on
well,
that one, friend.
Well,
You do.
it's
Well,
their fault that this happened. So,
Yeah.
take that in consideration.
Well,
If not for them, you wouldn't have had had all this problem and everything.
well, I was thinking about making a statement with this village anyway. They've been venturing a little too far into my forest here recently.
Well, we can ask them to chill it out without making an example.
Build a sign and everything says keep out.
There
We-
are always other.
We've got a
options,
decent relationship with them here already,
Well,
But what is your plan with this one?
I haven't decided yet. Clearly, he's the leader. Maybe.
We need some stuff of his. That's actually what we came
Yeah.
here for.
Well, I was thinking maybe after I kill a handful of the villagers and put their entrails up, just dropping him inside and seeing how that turns out.
Oh, that'd go poorly. They're
Well.
not the kind of people who can fight this.
And then all of my problems are solved, aren't they?
Eh.
It's interesting. You're such a powerful man, capable. I'm surprised that you would let these small peons occupy so much of your brain power there. It's just, I don't know. It seems like they would be, not worth your time. It's like a bear concerning themselves with ants. It just seems beneath you.
Yeah, but the ants aren't going to cut down and tear apart the den of a bear, are they?
Suppose not. I mean, we could
These-
just tell them not to. I mean, they're not aware of the dangers, perhaps, of going into your forest. And so
I'll-
sometimes communicating with words is a more effective way than using images.
These are the conversations that we had for decades, and they made no difference.
I'll tell
I
you
agree
what.
with you, Waits.
I'll tell you
it's-
what. Bellari, I am just happy to see you, and I can't help but be reminded of our last fight. So, let's play a
Falling on deaf
game.
ears. Mm-hmm.
Let's play a fun game. You want some items off this dude here, yes? Well, if you can take them,
We
I'll leave these people alone. You just tell them to stay out of my forest. And if you can't, then, well, I'll eat whoever doesn't survive and go ahead and do what I was going to do anyway. As he stands up and he walks over to this ring of mushrooms and kicks like
prepared
4 of
for
them.
danger. Yep. I'm gonna be ready for combat.
As the skeleton pulls his sword and steps out.
Hopefully he attacks him first.
Oh.
Let's ally with the skeleton now. Like, now listen here.
Remember tell about the time we made best friends with a skeleton king once?
We didn't actually eat any of your people.
So you may be wondering how I got in this position.
All
Oh
right.
dear.
The flashback episode begins. We just start the campaign over. Let's just not fight this guy ever.
We could just get them all fighting each other. Everything's fine.
There's so many tokens.
Oh boy.
All right, Bellari, get Petunia out of here. We don't want to see a bear get hurt. And I'll get a.
I think it needs to go the other direction. Send Petunia in there.
She can handle
We want to see
herself.
the skeleton get hurt.
I'm sort of looking at Bjorn to see if he's pulling Petunia off and leaving us to our own defenses, or if I'll be able to.
No, after he kicked the mushrooms, he went and sat back down next to the fire.
Can I try to get Petunia to join the fight?
You sure can. How would you do that?
Oh, sweet.
Snacks. More snacks.
Yes, definitely some snacks.
Steely other foot.
See what I can do. I'm actually thinking about I don't know that I necessarily want to spend the WP on the spell, but I sort of want to do like the imitation of the bear's claw.
Sure.
So as something that, when I used to kind of run with them, that, I would use as sort of like a signal. So I'm sort of like doing the bear's claw in the direction of the Skeleton King, so that she kind of understands that that is the target.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and I
Mhm.
want you to give me.
An animal handling, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But Petunia likes you. And you're giving a signal that she would be familiar with. So go ahead and take a +2 on this.
Oh, empathy is my absolutely worst stat, and I got jack and animal handling. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, as expected.
Do you want to push that?
I will give it a shot. Oh no! I tried.
You tried.
I did.
All right. So does anyone get multiple initiative runs?
Just
Or
me.
cards? Dan, how many do you get?
I think it's 3.
All right.
Whichever of those is the best, I
Well, we're
suppose.
going low to high. So Dan, you get to keep the
2.
2. So if you want to go on the initiative tab and go ahead and put that 2 in for you.
Key it in.
All right.
Can I change it? It's still a dice box.
If you
I can't edit it once it's rolled.
right click on it and do update combatant. Right click on your name there. Update combatant.
I'm not allowed to,
Okay.
I don't think.
That's fine. Let's see. So if everyone wants to go to the what is it? It's the macros tab, the roll tables tab. There it is. It's like the 3 lines. Click on that and there should be a table there. It looks big D20 symbol that says initiative table. Go ahead and open that thing up and just roll yourself some initiative.
Sorry, I rolled in the wrong place.
What'd you do? Oh, that's fine. Go ahead
I
and roll.
just hit the button in the
Yeah,
encounter tab.
I'll just update it. That's fine. Let's see. So Bellari, you got is that correct, or you need to roll?
I want to
again
make
more?
sure you're clicking on your token when you roll it, so that it doesn't show up in chat. As
My bad. I rolled as weights accidentally.
Yeah. The actual weights initiative is 7, Chuck.
Okay. And weights is 7. All right. Let's see. Steely Dan, I got a 2. Osborne got a 15. Ooh, I don't think I've got reverse initiative on. That's fine. We'll just figure things out. I'll roll for Bjorn real quick. Of course, Bjorn got a 1.
Was Rates' roll the 4 or the 3?
7. Before the 3, or neither of those are mine.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot to include our new friend. That's a 13 for the good king. Oh my gosh. If we get into
So
more
Bellari
combat.
should be at a 4.
All right. If we get into more combat, we're definitely doing popcorn. All right, so I need someone for Alacrin and Heladim. Grace, what did you get?
I don't really know where I'm clicking.
That's fine. I'll roll it for you. You got a 20. All right. Huxley, did you find where to roll?
Yes, I did. I rolled a 12.
All right. And I'll roll for Petunia.
For Alacrin and a 14 for Heladim.
Nope. And what was Alacrin's?
11.
Cool.
Just ignore that.
So, let's see. Yeah, I don't have the reverse, so we'll just click the back button. Bjorn's up first. He laughs. Come on now. Don't disappoint me. I hate the way cowards taste. Steely Dan.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna spend some willpower on putting some poison on my sword first, on the off chance this helps us. I don't know that it will since it's a skeleton, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You can probably die again. So
Okay. So you spend your turn putting oil on a sword, is that correct?
nope, that's free action for me.
Okay, cool.
And I guess I'll go attack him. Goodbye, everybody.
Sure.
So let's see how this goes. No successes, and it would be crazy to push that.
You can if you want.
Crazy like a fox, though,
Ooh.
that we have. Back of the wicked.
All right. Well, good round, me. Fortunately, the poison lasts for a long time, so maybe I'll get a chance to hit him again. That's my turn.
Oh, hang on a second. I forgot something.
He gets more than one.
Yes, he
Spot.
does.
Yeah, I was wondering that. It's like, should I?
I think
say
he has
something?
like 2 or 3 turns.
No, he's just got 2. That one's a 16. All right. So, Dan, you roll up, you try to attack, doesn't work. Turn passes to Bellari.
Okay, so I am going to. I'm going to stay back this round. So I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Sure. You got a success. That's 2 points of damage.
2 damage.
This dude does have some armor on him.
Okay.
And he soaks both points.
Damn. All right.
All right. Waits.
All right, so Waits is his usual modus operandi is sword in one hand, horn in the other. He brings the horn to his lips. He blows through it. He shouts a war cry, and he burns 3 willpower. All of you, until my next turn, get +3 on your attacks during this round. So they're modified by +1 per willpower. So when you go to do your roll, just modify it by +3. You get 3 extra die. And I'll just shout out loud, let's make short work of this one. And I'll start. I'm not going to get in close contact with him yet, but I want to be like kind of short range or something from him, but not engaged.
Okay. Turn passes up to Alacrin. Who's piloting Alacrin?
Usually I do. So I think what Alacrin will do is he he will also play an instrument. He will tap into his Path of the War Cry as well, except he's going to burn. He's going to burn 2 willpower as he's going to echo my War Cry call, except his is going to do -2 modifications to all of to enemies. So they get -2 mods on their attacks.
Sure.
And he'll kind of stay at my side at that point.
So all enemies now have -2.
So short range. So that's why I said we'll move in the short range so that anybody within those zones.
All right. Huxley.
Okay, how far away am I from him?
Oh.
From King Algarad?
What is it? Medium range? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use a quick action to move up closer.
Sure.
How close will that put me?
I think 1 unit of movement is 1 range, so that would put you from medium to near, if I'm correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so I would be within range for that. So I'm going to cast the spell of Immolate on him, and I'm going to use 2 willpower points to do it.
Sure.
So when I cast, I need to roll d6s for how many willpower points I use. I'll just use empathy because that's how many I have. And I got 1 6, so that'll increase it to 3 power level.
Okay.
And I heat up the victim's blood to the point where they literally burst into flames. I need to make sure that it doesn't say anything about using it against only humans, so I don't know.
I'm just considering that flavor text.
Okay. So yeah, it inflicts damage 2 strength equal to the power level of which would be 3, and then keeps inflicting 1 point of damage per round until the victim puts the fire out with a successful move roll.
Okay. So
and that's a slow action.
Okay. So how many points of damage did you just put on this guy? Was it 3?
3, and armor doesn't protect against it
Sounds
as he
good
bursts
to
into
me.
flames.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
That is a solid move, and he will continue to take 1 damage.
I think he gets to put the fire out though.
But he has to use a move action.
Mm-hmm. And that's a slow action.
Sure thing.
Hopefully that'll eat up one of his chances to murder me.
So, yeah, it's his turn. He's going to take that point of damage. Go ahead.
Last thing I do is I turn back to Osborne and I wink.
Now I'm all about this fight.
He is going to attempt that move action as a... All right, he puts his fire out on his turn. So
Okay.
then he just spends the rest of his turn. He's already got his sword in hand. He's got his rod in hand. He steps out from the ring and ends that turn, passing it to Heladim.
So Heladim will pull out the scimitar that she carries, will quick action into melee, and she will attack
Sure.
with her scimitar. So she gets the +3 still from my song. That's 1 success. I think she'll push, if that's okay, because she put
Yeah.
NBC's push. Okay.
Yeah,
2 successes, and she'll take some
Sure.
damage, but it's worth.
get some willpower in there.
Yeah.
All right.
And then she'll tap into one of her talents that she has for rank 1 Path of Blade, and she'll spend a willpower to make it so that her attacks bypass armor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So that's what? That's going to be 4 points of damage?
I think it's 3 total damage.
3 damage. Okay, calculate it. Sure, that's a lot of damage.
And then she'll spend another willpower to take a second attack.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I've been reading her abilities. I'm like, she's pretty good.
That's impressive.
Chuckle, you'll have to kill her soon. That's 3 more successes.
Wow.
Let me make sure that let me make sure she can use that again.
Okay.
When you hit a close combat attack, you can spend a willpower point to find a weakness in your opponent's armor or natural armor. The armor has no effect against her attack. So that's rank 1 Path of Blade. So she'll tap into that. And she's just wailing away at this guy.
I should
Okay.
take that.
All right. You can see bits of bone fragments start ripping off of the skeleton king. Ribs are scattered about. Chunk of his arm is hanging loose. For an opening volley, this has been absolutely ridiculous. Maybe you all entered into this fearing the worst, but after watching Helidim do that, you're all feeling pretty confident. As the turn passes to Osborne.
I'm going to jump on Bob's back.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have Bob run into, I suppose, where would my current range be at this point?
We're going medium. This is your starting range.
Okay. In which case I'll move Bob to near.
Sure. And what are you doing with that?
I believe that'll, if you're not counting the jumping on Bob as an action.
That would be your move action, yeah.
Okay. Then I would use a secondary fast action to run with Bob to a closer range.
Okay, cool. All right. Turn passes to the king. So, this is exciting.
2 of us in melee, I think.
I don't like that. One of them's an NPC though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who just like wrecked him.
One of those is an NPC and is far more valuable to the party.
Let's see here. I should have had this a little more ready. That's fine. Because I had to flip the page real quick to check something else out. Okay. So there's 2 people in melee range.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 is Helidim. 3 and 4 is Osborne and Bob.
That'd be me.
Oh, are you in melee range?
I'm the other person in melee range.
Oh, okay. Helidim and Steely Dan. Let me state this. Helidim is 1 and 2. Steely Dan is 3 and 4. I need to clarify that at the beginning. That's what we wanted anyway. Steely Dan.
Mm-hmm.
The king's face distorts as he lets out this intense and loud driving roar. Everyone who's in near range is going to be subjected to a fear attack.
Oh, good.
That's Helidim too. Yeah, she gets it, but
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter at this point. I've never passed one of these in any of our Free League games.
I got 2 successes. So, if we look at the rules, what happens when you get subjected to a fear attack? Triggered. All fear attacks have near range. Damage to wits. So, it's not too bad. Steely Dan and Helidim take 2 points of damage to wits from this.
Okay, there's no avoiding it or anything. It's just straight up damage.
It's just straight up damage.
Ouch.
All right. Petunia sits there. Melissa, high or low?
Did this roar,
Low.
thing, by the way, count as an attack?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to spend 4 willpower to invoke Path of the Night
Hmm?
to
Okay.
negate the damage both to myself and to Bob.
Okay, well, it didn't come to you.
Oh, okay.
It just,
Well, I mean, I had moved into near range.
you got a
so.
face there, Jeff. What's your face?
So I was just gonna ask, if it's an attack, did you take into account the -2 modifier?
I didn't. Let me, you know what?
It's all right.
That's fine. That's fine.
I wouldn't have said anything until Jake mentioned something.
Yeah. I got 1 success. So,
Okay.
Steely Dan, Helidim, you only took 1 point of damage. And it does say... Oh, Jake, you moved within near, didn't you? Did anyone else move up to near with that? Huxley,
did.
you did.
I
Each
did.
of you would be subjected to this 1 point of wits damage as well, except
Okay.
for Jake.
I'm invoking Path of the Night rank 2.
Okay. Wait. When mounted, you can spend a WP to defend against attacks. Okay. Yeah, so Jake, you only have to spend 1 WP, and you don't take
Well,
any.
I'm spending 1 for me and 1 for Bob as well.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Petunia, Melissa, high or
Yes.
low?
Low.
10. Petunia sees that we're having a fun time here and is just going to go ahead and charge.
Good girl.
At the king with a rending attack. All right, so this is 9 base damage, or 9 base dice. With 2 slashing. So, yeah, the Petunia runs up, cleaves down hard on the king, ripping one of his arms and half of his rib cage clean off. Let's see here. Let's go. If it's a 1, 2, or 3, it's the arm holding the sword. 4, 5, or 6, it's the arm holding the rod. It's the arm holding the rod. As the rod is ripped out, or the arm is with the rod is ripped off the skeleton king looks down at the rod on the ground and then collapses into a pile of bones.
Wow.
Hooray.
Good job, everybody.
You,
Everybody but me.
honestly,
You were
I'm
there harassing him, though. It was important.
that was important. Sadly, I'm sorry, Grace, we didn't get to you. But
It's just as well.
I do gotta say, I'm very impressed with that.
Eladim, MVP.
Helidim MVP.
Yeah,
I know, right? I was looking at our Path of the Blaze. I was like, that's really good. Oh,
What-
God, that's really good, too. Holy crap.
And then also Huxley, you put damage on it that couldn't be avoided, and you soaked up one of this dude's turns.
Yeah.
And the +3 modifier.
Yeah,
was
that sucking up
definitely
the turn
helpful
was
too.
huge because these things with their double goes can be so brutal.
Bjorn laughs. Ha ha! You all did it. I didn't think you were. He seemed a lot tougher than that.
I'm going to pull his head off and throw it in Bjorn's fire.
Now
Screw
that's...
I'm gonna go pick up that sword
You pick up the sword.
in case I need it.
It's a onyx black sword with touches of rust here and there on it. Let me actually see. I might have a legend on this. I always like getting to share a legend. It's fun.
Who wants the staff?
No, I don't. That's fine. Legends are overrated anyway.
How you go from I like sharing these to Legends are overrated. Like just the 180.
Let's see. Yeah. You have the Skeleton King's sword and you have the staff. Now, the sword, I was looking for a description of it. There really isn't a legend on this, which is slightly disappointing.
It's the king's sword. Legend.
Legend.
That was the whole legend.
That was it.
It was his sword.
Yeah, so you've got the sword. You hold it in your hand. It's a long sword, black with touches of rust on it. It seems super cool, man. Who picked
Yeah.
up the rod?
I haven't done it yet. I'm kind of scared to.
Oh, I want to take a step forward and get a good look at the rod before anyone picks it up. I'll hold my hands out. We don't know what this would do if we picked it up. I'm surprised you picked up that sword.
Yeah, that's true. Probably wasn't a good idea.
No. I would agree with you.
We
That's
have to get a golden hand for Dan too now.
That's the plan. I'm gonna turn into Robo Dan.
But luckily, Dan, you're completely fine. Nothing bad seems to happen to you when you pick up the sword.
Even though it
Yes.
should have.
No, in fact, I've gone ahead and dropped the sword onto your character sheet.
Oh. Wow.
Somewhere.
Oh God. If I would have been hit by that, I would have been in big trouble.
So now, Steely Dan, though, as you and Huxley are staring at this, you can see that set in the top of this rod is actually in an elven ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all remember? Did Zertram tell you much about the rod?
Not a lot, but I've handled one of the rubies before.
Sure.
Yeah, you have.
I'll tell
I
you
was
what.
the one who turned it over last time.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't... Look at me, being unprepared and shit. That's fine.
So we shouldn't attack Bjorn, is what you're saying.
You can, absolutely. Please do.
She's like, he could be worked with. I'm like, is that before or after he finishes eating the villagers? Like, do we work with him before he eats them or after?
During. Yeah.
During. Was it all?
We agreed to post signs to stay out of the forest under penalty of death, and
Painful death.
I'm gonna
Mine.
whisper to like Osborne and Huxley and Grace and Dan. Actually, Grace probably wouldn't know this yet, but in Dan, I'd be like, think we can get that demon to come down and just like drop some napalm on top of Bjorn?
You do have the speaking stone.
Because like exactly, like we could just be like, drop.
I'd like to phone a friend.
Not enthusiastically, like, burn him and everything else. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's burned down. It's burned down.
You want to do that when we're not here? Though?
Oh yeah. We're gonna leave first. Of course, I ain't stupid.
Maybe we should go to town and get a spyglass so we can watch it.
I have one.
It's dead.
Oh, baby.
So, yeah. Bjorn's just like, well, you all won, so take your trinkets, and then, as you promised, make sure they know to stay out of my
as you
forest.
promised.
I won't kill or eat any of them this day.
How much of this forest is your forest? Is there like any part of it that they can use?
No.
Okay.
Is there a particular part where you like to hang out most, like a favorite place?
Yeah, the part with trees.
Okay, with trees, right? Is there like a favorite tree, like a landmark or some such?
I'll tell you what. There's the stream that wraps around this town. They can stay anything west of that stream. They can go into, but they're not allowed to cut my trees down.
Okay.
So where do we go to talk to you when the job's done?
Well, what if we make them promise to plant 2 trees for every 1 they cut?
Have an even bigger forest.
I've never thought about that before.
I mean, because, like, if it's a pine, you could get them cones and...
Give me a manipulation test.
Go get it, Adam. You got it.
Good work, Leslie.
All right.
The real thinkers.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I never. That's not a terrible idea. I'll tell you what. You're not bad. I promise that I will never eat you. And second, anything west of the river, for every tree that they cut down, they have to plant 2 new ones in this field of bones here.
Sold.
Oh, that sounds more than reasonable.
Fantastic. All right, this is great. Enjoy your little scepter there. And
I've always told you there are more ways to solve problems than stringing up entrails in trees. And I'm going to go over to Petunia and, like, kind of give her a big hug and, scratches behind the ears and whatever bears like.
sure, everything that a dog likes, right? 'Cause
Sure. Why not?
I'm not convinced that bears just aren't large dogs. So, yeah, I don't know. You've actually negotiated a very peaceful solution with Bjorn. You've recovered the scepter, and surprisingly, I have a legend about it that I will share now.
Oh, there's the excitement that we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, it said that Allegard, the Skeleton King, the first king of Alderaan, was so wise and good that the gods turned his heart into a ruby after his death. And then Algadan, the son of Algarad, had his craftsmen carve the scepter Nekhaka with 3 pendants from the gold alder trees of the royal palace and set his father's ruby into the scepter. Nekhaka was carried by the Algarian dynasty for generations, but it was lost in the Ravenlands when the last regent, Algarad, was slain with all of his men by the demonic hordes of the sorceress Yogfer. The elven elders instead claimed that Algarad was an elf in disguise as a human, and that his ruby heart was one of the 6 stones in the crowned Staningist. So, you've actually now claimed yourselves and have one of the 6 rubies.
Yay.
And
But
I'm sure
is it safe to pick up?
I mean, we've had one before. Should I pick that up too?
I think that's a great idea.
You always
I
do that
wanna-
whole, like, get a bag and just kind of scoop it in, like you're picking
You
up
put your
dog
hand
poo or
on one
something,
side.
Is there any way to, like, identify this to see if it would...
Sure.
I could.
It would be a wits. I would probably call that a lore test.
I could make that if we want. It's one of the things that I'm good at.
I think I should put our heads together, as I'd like to assist you with that.
Sure. If
Like
you
the way Yogfer and his daughter put themselves together, like that. Or
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
more metaphorical, like.
Not like that.
Okay.
I gotta double check what my book does for me again.
they removed just straight up artifact from the item listing. Oh, I need to do it over here. That's why. I'm just
I'll go ahead and push that.
go for it.
Oh, and I didn't. If I get a bonus from the help, let me just roll that 2 times. Okay, it didn't help. Damn it.
So you got 1 point of lore on
One.
that.
1 success.
2 points of willpower damage.
hmm
You think it's safe. You feel confident that it's not going to kill you. In fact, I am feeling very generous. And I'll go ahead and I'll just dump in chat here so you can read it. What this thing fucking does. So, Dan, why don't you read that for everyone? Because I don't want to.
The staff gives a D12 artifact die to manipulation and insight. Once every quarter day, it can release a shock wave when thrust in the ground that counts as an earthquake spell. I'll just try and keep this a little short. No willpower points required. And his artifact dice can be used for upkeep and building of functions in your stronghold, which is pretty freaking cool. Provided the rubies in the stronghold. Oh, drawbacks. Draws power from its wielder, who thus suffers 1 point of damage to agility and wits every quarter day she's awake. Woo!
Wow.
That's painful.
So one thing you'll definitely know is that the Red Runners are going to want this.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt, the Red Runners are going to want this. But that's a problem for another day. What all are you doing now? You've saved the village of the Hollows. You've negotiated with the monstrous druid Bjorn. Yeah, what's your next steps?
Now I remember there was a time where we plotted that we didn't actually get it. Maybe Bjorn has it.
Right. Well, we should go to the Hollows, maybe, just to let them know to not go into the forest.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to get that done.
Right, and then we could just kind of crash there for the night. And then we decide what we want to do. If we want to travel all the way down to Pelagio and turn this thing over proper, or if we want to, I don't know, keep it for ourselves and such, and not give it the whole
Anybody know who's in charge of this whole this whole everything?
What's that?
I'm thinking the dead guys aren't taking up that big place anymore, so we could take it.
Weatherstone.
Yeah, Weatherstone. But we'd have to make sure that everybody knows that we called dibs on it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Weatherstone is unoccupied. If you're looking for a stronghold, also, so is Candlekeep.
Yeah, but that place is like burned down and like a proper shithole right now. Like Weatherstone's like, it's pretty cool. It's got like,
castle.
big old tower castle thingy
set in a cool mountain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to have a brewery.
Did.
Or was that the Hollows that had it?
I don't know. I think Osborne's got the right of it, man. I could go for setting up shop there. I mean, just think of like all the rooftop concerts Smurf Gin and Choir can put on, just like a beacon for folks from all over coming to watch it play.
Grace, do you use any instruments you play? You sing?
Yes, I do some tribal chants.
It's wonderful. Oh.
Maybe a drum or two.
We've been needing a percussionist. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, because we got lead, we got singer, we got bass, now we got percussionist. Oh man, we got to figure out the name now. Okay, you want to join Merchant Choir? So,
I suppose the name could use some work.
Okay, we weren't asking for workshopping right now. I mean, it's pretty, it's on the contracts, right?
It's fantastic. All right. So,
is there still a rod on the ground?
I think Dan picked that up.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you got both of them. Okay.
He's got the sword.
I do have one benefit that makes it valuable for me to do this. Is I have the elf talent inner piece, which lets me recover with a quarter day rest. So I can take some damage and then recover it. Take some damage and recover it.
Perfect. Yeah, I've got the same thing when I'm leading the way. So definitely good to have some people that can rest while carrying
At a
it.
certain point, you can just like stop wielding it. Like if you start to realize this is what's
Just throw it in
causing
the
it.
wagon.
Just like, especially if we get a play, just put it in a bag. Like,
Well, I know I'm worried about someone coming forward at this point.
that's benefit of getting a place to settle down. If we, I mean,
Yeah.
like, longest time the damn scepter is trapped within that place. Might as well bring it back to his home, except keep it defended proper and such.
Yeah, maybe we can put some signs in Candlekeep and see if people want to come here from there. Maybe we can try and
Yeah.
recruit some people from the Hollow.
There's probably people who need place to stay, place to work. We got some coin to throw around here and there.
Yeah. Maybe we can recruit some people from the Hollow too.
I think so.
Let's go in there anyway.
What do you think he meant? What do you think he meant when he said that someone was acting like the bard?
Well,
That's a good
He
question.
was acting like a big turd.
I think there's, like Osborne said, a giant turd throughout history who every
This
now
guy's-
and then takes the shape of a bigger douche and tries to screw over more talented folk like ourselves.
That's
There's
definitely
probably a legend somewhere, but I hear they're
Probably.
overrated.
Yeah, they're overrated.
So first order of business is keeping up our end of the bargain, which was putting up signs and spreading the word. Don't go into the forest. Plant a tree if you cut one down. Plant 2 trees if you cut one down.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
We do need
We're
to
pretty
keep
close
our
to
word
the
on
Hollows
that.
anyway.
Yeah, you're right there. So yeah, you easily. I mean, it's a little less than a quarter day's walk to make it to the Hollows. The Hollows, when you arrive, they're fortified. They're ready for battle. Guards are on the walls. All the the gates around the city are. I can go ahead and try and activate that again. I didn't want to activate earlier. There it goes. Yeah, there's the Hollows. Yeah, they've got guards on the walls. As you approach, though, you all are well recognized in the Hollows. You can hear a couple of familiar voices calling, like, "Ah! We thought the dead finally arrived. Come now, Miss Polymer will want to talk to you about what you've seen out there."
Sorry, we're not the dead. We're Merchant Inquiry. You might be getting us confused with a different
Listen,
band.
I was curious where the bear was, but
We're not really a jam band. We actually develop proper songs. With the. Never mind. Let's go.
let's go.
You'll
So-
be pleased to hear the news that we have.
So yeah, they walk you in. They escort you to, Miss Polymer's shack or house. It's not a shack. It's very nice. And there's a handful of the other, kind of prominent members of the city in there. You do all, maybe feel a little bit of discomfort because you do see that there is now you chased off Yahweh out of town. But you do see that there is the Rust brother who lives in town in the house as well, and along with a few of the other city elders, talking about battle plans and like what to do, and if they want to try and hole up in the old crypts that are in the hill on the edge of town, or have the women and children hop on rafts and try to ride the stream out to safety.
Just a quick sidebar. Bjorn did everything. Everything. We only saw the aftermath.
Oh, one thing I would like to note, the couple of the guards that are escorting you, probably people that you drank with in one of the taverns. You're never going to believe it. We were out there, we scouted out, and there was all these goddamn skeletons, but there was this one giant bear that was just ripping them apart, and there was another bear that kept, sometimes it looked more like a wolf, sometimes more like a bear. And I swear, just the two of them just took apart all of them skeletons.
They did.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
So, yeah, you get escorted to Miss Polymer's house. She's still the sour old woman that you remember. But she's not the racist piece of shit that Yahweh was. So she's very like, Good to see familiar faces in troubled times. Have you brought us news about what was happening out in the fields?
Good news, in fact.
That's
But
appreciated.
it comes with a bit of a warning.
All right. Well, I already an old woman. Don't keep me waiting any longer than I have to.
There's like a crazy guardian of the forest of sorts, Bjorn.
I've never heard
him and his bear basically mopped up the whole army.
Petunia.
Petunia, yeah, they destroyed the whole army.
Usually I would accuse you all of being drunk in daytime, but we have seen these creatures, these bears, running about, laying waste into the skeletons, so...
We had a chance to meet with them, and they said to stay out of the forest.
Stay out of the forest. That's...
For you guys.
We depend on that forest for our livelihood, for the timber for our buildings.
Yeah. We negotiated a little bit on your behalf. Might not like the terms a whole lot, but they say to stay on the west side of the river. For every tree you cut down, plant 2 more, or else you turn into the same thing the skeleton army did.
So you let... Well, that's unfair of me. I was going to accuse you of cowardice and letting him threaten the well-being of a town, but clearly that can't be the case, because I would not want to risk angering a creature that could destroy an entire army of undead.
Yeah, we didn't feel too keen on that either.
So, I guess we have no say in these terms. We are to accept it as is.
I mean, it was either that or not at all.
What does that mean? Not at all.
Well, I mean, the initial offer upon the bargaining table was, stay out of the forest or they're all dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So we got you some forest.
And it's everything west of the stream.
Yep. And you need to plant trees to replace the ones you cut down.
2 for everyone.
And put up a little sign that just says, if you enter the forest beyond this stream, you will
Probably
be
a
killed.
big sign. And
A lot of them.
just to be sure.
I was thinking
maybe
multiple
both
signs.
text and image in case people are can't read.
Yeah, put a big skull or like a big, put a skull on it. It'll be
Yeah.
scary.
Mhm.
No, don't do it. With the man crossing the river.
Paint the fence posts purple.
These are all excellent ideas.
Okay. Well,
It's not great, but it's better than death.
yeah, I certainly don't want to make enemies of a creature in the forest that's powerful. We'll agree to it. We'll put up the signs and we'll plant our trees.
Yeah, not only did he vanquish the army, but the warlord as well. So we had an encounter with it once before and narrowly escaped. So
Okay. So, is that why you came? I appreciate the work you've done here. Don't let my tone seem like I am ungrateful.
No, we're used to this. We understand. We just wanted to make sure you're aware of it. You feel kind of a kinship with the folks of the Hollows. And we're going to be relative neighbors soon as well.
Really?
yeah, we
Oh,
did
yes.
hope to maybe see about getting some assistance too.
We're taking up ownership and residence within Weatherstone. We're going to replenish it to its former glory. Indeed, we are. If you have any stonesmiths or carpenters who are need of work and such, we'd be glad to set up some kind of exchange and trade. We hope to have a a happy relationship with the folks of the Hollows.
Well, up until now, all the Hollows has been to us is a rumor and legend that foul undead lurk there. I suppose you'll make better neighbors than that. And as long as you have the coin, then yes, we either have labor or we can help you procure labor.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. And I do want to just, I want to make it clear up front, so there's no surprises. We do play loud music sometimes late into the evening, but we'll let you know if there's ever going to be like a large, get up. And of course you're invited, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll appreciate the offer of labor.
It's some sort of lumber stock concert. We'll let you know.
There you go. Very well. That's very well. I have nothing else to say on that.
All right.
Just keep any debauchery you might have on your side of the plane and out of my town, and we'll be just fine.
I assume you're familiar with the fate of Candlekeep.
Yeah, many of the survivors from Candlekeep made their way here.
Well, we'd be happy to take them on as well.
Take them on, like give them home in your castle.
Of course, we wouldn't want you in the Hollows to strain your resources. Of course.
This is fair. I'll let them know, and when you're ready to take your residence, come back, and we'll assist you on getting these people transitioned.
Perfect.
Sweet. That sounds good.
Good. Well, with the host defeated, I guess we need to get back to business as usual here, if you'll excuse me. And she'll get up and scurry off. Some of the others in town, you'll... well, let's see. I'm trying to remember. There's, the baker and the farmer that Bellari worked with before. There's the owner of the Dead Man Hand Inn, the smithy. They're all in there as well. They all kind of take their leave as well. The Rust brother, though, Varkas, is that his name? Sturkis. As he leaves, he definitely gives a uncomfortably long look at Grace and Bellari as he walks out. And yeah, you're left alone in Miss Palmer's house, ready to go about whatever business you might have.
What do you think that was about?
Not sure. I have expected him to give me a long stare.
Perhaps he's not into tribal looks.
Could be. They're pretty up in their own butts about stuff.
Either that, or he's not really into dogs.
I'm no dog.
Oh, no, as I point to Bellari.
Ah.
And then Bellari, still getting used to this new visage that she has, remembers that. But also, they are quite suspicious of anyone that they, as you said, consider to be part of the arts and possibly a Raven sister. I have had my run-ins with them and was actually assisted by Bjorn years ago when I needed protection from them.
Was these the ones that did that to them sisters?
Yeah.
Not this one specifically, but these kinds of people, yes.
Yeah. I mean, What did them sisters do to deserve that?
Not be part of the Rust Brothers.
So
maybe we should visit them and have a talk, eh?
Problem for another day, perhaps. There's a lot of them.
but yeah.
Or maybe they know something.
They're just suspicious and prejudiced individuals.
Yeah, we
Uh,
saw
I-
trying to kill a bunch of dead guys, but these dead guys was good dead guys.
Yeah, we've had a run-in with them before, but they tend to be in number.
Well, I wasn't saying, let's go and stir up a ruckus, but I mean, at least we could ask to see if they know something.
Well, and generally speaking, they're all about indoctrination and such. So going and speaking with them could simply be enough to stir up a ruckus.
What, like we would have to pledge and go through hazing or something?
Not one of them makes you an enemy to them.
Oh. All right. Oh.
I am happy to leave them
All
well
right.
enough
Yeah,
alone.
you've got me convinced.
No, not to be too difficult here, but they're a big pain in the ass.
So I mean, you all, I've kind of conveyed this information to you before. You all would know that when the Rust Brothers kind of arrive in a town, they immediately demand that everyone converts to their religion. And those that don't are killed. Those that hesitate are killed. And those that immediately and enthusiastically convert are left to continue their business, paying tithes to the Rust Brothers.
Yeah,
So that would mean that everyone here has converted.
It's verbalized conversion.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least.
yeah. Sometimes it's well enough left alone.
Their lips were soft enough for the Rust Brothers' heinies.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're dropping.
Not that we don't dislike them.
All right.
But I don't want to die today.
I don't blame you.
I
No, we
almost did.
all up and running. We can invite them over. And just have a little party. That'd be fun.
Maybe a heart-to-heart.
Just constantly showed up like, this is where your Rust brother fell. Look right down there. Woo! And just one by one, we do that until all the Rust brothers are gone.
Let me show you what happened to Brother Alfred.
Oh, this is super sad.
All right. So, yeah, you've got some time. If you're looking for a place to stay, the Dead Man's Hand Inn is always good. If you're needing, medical attention outside of what Waits could provide, there is a midwife in town, but she kind of keeps to herself on the edge of the old cemetery. There's plenty of places. They've got a smithy, a few other shops in town if you need to buy any supplies.
I need to recover some agility.
I think we could probably work on maybe securing some provisions and stuff to take to the keep.
And just spreading the word just in general, like that another place more secure, and especially amongst any Candlekeep survivors. If they're looking for a place that is more open to them, because this is not the most accepting place in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Especially if we get some people who are guards and such too.
And workers. I mean, honestly, we need to
yeah.
renovate the place too.
Working for skilled people as well.
We're going to convert it to an open floor plan.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna take out that wall.
That's the key words, right? Open floor plan. We're gonna put the light in, and I'll definitely we'll definitely like to do a performance at
Sure.
Dead Man's and again with Alma, see if
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You can shill our new house while you're singing. The grandeur of it.
There you go. So yeah, you all make your way around town for the day. You share the information that you're going to be eventually taking up residence in Weatherstone, and yeah, you negotiate your free room and board at Dead Man's Hand Inn, the usual affair. Just for the you got to perform.
That's that thing that we do.
So, is there anything else, anything specific anyone else is wanting to do, or should we get to that performance?
A little shopping, but I'm sure I can do that on
Yeah.
my own.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think just our normal amount of.
My character would visit the stone circle to speak with their ancestors.
Oh, up top?
Hmm.
Sure, no one has done that yet. That's exciting. Let's see what we got there. So, why don't we go ahead? Waits, why don't you do your performance while I get the information for that stone circle up top?
I'll be right back.
Whoa.
4 successes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna net you 20 silver for the night, along with room and board.
You can hear more of that. Over on the grounds of Weatherstone, we're going to be just renovating that place so it's a beautiful open-air auditorium. We're going to be having all sorts of wonderful concerts, regulars. It's going to be wonderful, and all of you are welcome. So you can come find Mirth, Jen, and Choir, and friends down there. All right, thank you. Good night, everybody. Tip your wages.
There you go. So one thing real quick that you will discover, Grace, the Hollows here is kind of built around this old cemetery, and this old temple at top, this stone circle, is actually an old temple of the god Worm. And actually I got some information on Worm. I don't. Look at that. I'll get you the information later. But the dead don't rest in the hollows. So one thing you'll notice is kind of like this is some stuff the others would know about moving through here. You might, maybe you've passed through this town before, but along all the walkways and roads, there's yellow paint along the side of these paths. And it's understood at night you stay on these paths because the town belongs to the dead at night. The bodies rise from the graveyard, the ghosts come and move about. The further you get into the graveyard at night, the more restless they become. And this old temple up at the top of this hill here is probably one of the areas in town most feared by the residents. But yeah, you make it up to this ancient temple, and you can feel it. There's so much history just resting in the stones up here. You can see carved into the stones the old symbols for the god Worm, the Ouroboros twisted in on itself like an infinity symbol. If you look at the cover of the Game Master's Guide for this game, the symbol for Worm is on the cover of it. So if you want to take a look at what that looks like now. But yeah, you spend some time. The dead wander in and wander out, probably with as respectful as you're being up there. They don't give you any mind. How do your prayers go through? Like, what are you doing here for your respects?
I will appease the Sun Father, which is the sun. And then I will put my hands on the earth and call upon the Mother. And I will ask for blessings on our journey and in our new home.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah, you spend some time. You feel more at peace with yourself than you have here recently. As you're getting up to head back into town proper, you see there's one stone kind of off to the side. And you can actually see there's something etched onto the stone, chiseled into it. And let me throw the command in there. And it says the road to Nebula's last resting place is shown at the midnight hour of the full moon. And yeah, you catch that phrase immediately. Doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot to you, but you head back to the inn, catching the end of Waits' performance. They've secured food, drink, and a bed for you. Yeah. And you rest for the night. So, what's next, everyone?
I was thinking, wasn't there a harpy problem over there, Osborne? Back at the new homestead.
Well, I remember riding one of them down to the ground where we killed it. I can't remember what happened to the rest of them because I was distracted by the things that were happening there.
The other question is the hell we can do with a damn Ruby, and whether or not we're going to meet up with the runners down in Pelagia or not.
Yeah. Oh, I
Got
missed
some big choices.
Yeah, we did get some bits. So thanks to Marcus Flores 13. Everyone go ahead and take a WP.
Oh, nice.
I'm not opposed to trying to play off that we didn't get it. We never contacted our ally here to say that we needed help, so we have some plausible deniability that we never ran into the king.
So
I mean, Big Bear Man and Bear killed all of them, so I guess we were just up shit creek, eh?
so are we trying to keep it for ourselves?
They'll probably still try and push retrieving it on us. Perhaps we can say that's why we're setting up residence here.
Mm.
I mean, Huxley, I don't know if since that's keeping it for ourselves, more like keeping it out of the hands of that psychopath, and he might be lesser of two evils, but he's damn sure evil, and I don't think he's got the good intentions. He was gonna
Neither do the Red Runners.
right, so like it's more along the lines of just keeping it out of their hands, you know.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he had a good heart.
Right.
Does anyone want to catch Jen up real quick about who you're talking about and exactly what you're referencing?
Some of it we covered with the king down in Amber's Keep in our little pre-discussion. He's the one who sent us on this mission here, but his direction was to take the ruby to the Red Runners, which are a faction of elves that are roaming around.
Yeah.
Trying to collect these rubies up, but they're basically wanting to use the rubies to kick everyone else out of the lands here. That's not what an elf, a dwarf, or an ogre, was it?
Orc. Yeah. Elf, orc. Dwarf.
Yeah.
Orc. Yeah, okay.
Well,
so the three of
the
those
other thing with Zertrim is that was the guy, because that's the king or whoever who's in charge at Amber's Peak. Like that's the guy who sent us on this sort of quest. Except he was also doing something with demons. Like he was using demons,
releasing them into the land,
and effectively experiment like merging demon and animal and unleashing them onto the populace. So that was bad.
Yeah,
Kind of a
both kind of shitty.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think our original idea was try to stave off doing anything with it for as long as we can.
You're like, let's not make a decision on it. Let's just procrastinate here and just hope everything works out okay.
So we're gonna put it in the keep.
That makes sense. We haven't really fully explored the keep, you know. We don't, it's a keep, so it's got to be like someplace we might be able to keep it more securely.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
So
Might
maybe-
we want to consider giving an update though, just to make sure that we have the appearance of keeping our
Our end of the
benefactor
bargain.
informed?
yeah, we can probably do that.
Yeah, they gave us this little magical doohickey that's supposed to communicate or some such.
It doesn't speak directly with him either, so
We might not want to have it upon our person then when we do check back in.
It's good thinking.
Do the elves have a way of tracking said rubies?
we're not sure. We're under the impression that they're working off of rumor alone.
Right. And they've been in various locations for some time, but only now have they been really advancing towards collecting them. So I figure, like Nan said, it's more about they found where they were laying about, but now that we have it, we can just sort of up and move it and such.
Yeah,
Maybe.
or present a new rumor.
We could start. That's what we could do. We could start sowing some rumors about what happened to the gem, where with the ruby and such, where it went, and who might have it, somewhere
Yeah.
far from here.
Should we not bury it in some place that will be less disturbed?
Yeah, the graveyard.
No, I was thinking the stone circle. Aren't they afraid of it?
The villagers in
What?
town are, yes.
I don't know that the elves are. They were about to go and kill an entire town of
Orcs.
orcs just to get to one.
Yeah, the Eye of the Rose and whatnot. The other thing is, if we leave it here unguarded, it's just like it could be bringing the ire of Zertrum and his forces and the runners on this place. And they're not the greatest people here, but they didn't do nothing. That's my only concern there.
I'm certainly on board with putting it somewhere inaccessible, but
Yeah.
maybe not somewhere out of sight.
Yeah.
We'll just write it outside of town, bury it under a small molehill for a while, talk to him, and then when we're done, we go and get it back, and we head on to our new castle.
Is that the plan?
Sounds okay to me.
My help to also start laying some of them stories, like rumors about where it might be going, like heading out this way, or like a group of folk were heading down Pelagia and carrying this fancy looking scepter or something like that, just to start delaying, giving us some time to build up the fences of the keep before we draw too much ire of people coming looking for us.
I heard a bear swallowed it.
Could have.
Feel bad for all the bears about to get killed, but hey,
Oh, yeah.
you want to make an omelet, you gotta
Gotta
kill
break
a few
a few
bears.
Well, about 1,000 bears.
Yeah, to exterminate a poor woodland species that didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, now that you mention it,
No, I think it's a good idea. It is. I think it's a good one. That's nice.
But what about Petunia?
Tunya can handle herself.
I feel
You
bad
did
for
not-
whoever takes that bear on.
The best
You
thing
did not
that
see
happened
her
is
at full
to
force.
Bjorn and Petunia.
Yeah, I suspect Bjorn himself is rather mighty. Seems like he's familiar with all of the movers and shakers in this world. Like he would have beer with them.
Well, Bellaria, you could point out that, you've known Bjorn for an extremely long time.
Mhm.
And he was ancient when you met him.
Right.
And he doesn't seem
He doesn't-
to have aged.
I don't.
And he doesn't, I'm assuming, really get too involved in sort of the politics of.
Yeah, if it's not in his forest, he doesn't really
Yeah.
care.
I'm not above hoisting some of his direction.
Is there like a town or a port, like somewhere in the distance, other than Pelagia, obviously, like that we would know about, that we could say, like, we heard, we saw some so and such, like thieves heading there or whatever?
So someplace that's, just way off.
Yeah, just way off, just sort of kind of just to kill some time with someone chasing after it
Okay.
there.
Well, Cold Gulch is closest to you, but that's close.
Yeah.
If you kind of towards the south, there's Pelagia, and there's a couple other towns in the region of the Pelagia, kind of on the eastern coast. If you head towards the west, Amber's Peak is where you started out with. If you head further west, there's Grindbone, there's Hagler's House, and then the farthest town towards the west is Vond, the old Alderstone capital, and actually the current, Zatir's the capital where he's at. It's like the White House for assholes, which isn't wrong either way you cut it. But yeah.
Maybe we can say that, there's people going that direction with it.
Yeah, we can like 2, maybe 3 stories, like the bear story,
Perhaps
one of them sending them way east, and then another one sending them way west and stuff.
Okay.
Perhaps we can pin some of this on Rust Brothers heading that direction with it.
It's a good idea.
We could say one was a bear. We could say that we heard someone buried in a field of beets. And then, we could say someone took it on a battleship of galactic proportions. Bears, beets, battleship galactic.
That's fantastic.
No one can deny that story.
So if you're going to spend time working on these rumors, pretty much any time you're in a location, I'm just going to want a manipulation test to see if you can successfully convey these rumors. So why don't we start off, one of you, I'm going to guess probably Waits, go ahead and give that manipulation test to see if you can start sinking those rumors here into the hollows.
Boy, the question is do I have Waits wield the staff while we do this?
I ain't touching that thing.
Is
I
that
ain't stupid.
okay? That's totally fair.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I saw what it did to you. You started touching it, and then you just started looking like you got really tired, and then you banged your head into that thing. No, thank you.
All facts.
My hands are like key to that. My voice are key to my success in life. I don't have any skill ranks in it, but I do have empathy, so
Okay.
I probably don't need it anyways.
So I will. I'll push. Dear gosh. Okay, I got 1 success.
Okay. So yeah, you start kind of laying out these rumors that all the different places this odd rod or staff could possibly be. All right. So we've spent some time talking and sorting that out. Where are you intending to travel somewhere? And where are you intending to travel to? And to what purpose?
Wait, do we go back to Weatherstone and try and make sure it's actually usable?
I like that idea.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think, let me go ahead and just change the configuration on Weatherstone. So now you all can freely select Weatherstone out of the locations on the top. I don't know why that initiative tracker is still there, but oh well.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, I mean, you come up, is how you left it. The small drum tower sitting outside this old guard's tower, where initially you encountered Dalb, still stands there. The main gate stands over the moat. It does look like before the undead host left, it looks like they took the all the tables out of the main hall that you kind of traveled through and used those to kind of construct a crude bridge going across this moat.
Dang.
Now we can get across without
Yeah,
risking our lives.
You can now walk across without having to fight whatever giant tentacled beast dwells in the moat.
Yeah, but now we're going to have to get new tables.
That's true. I wasn't thinking of that. They probably weren't too concerned about tables.
We're aware of the harpies, so maybe we take some time to just assess, like search to see if there's any more remnants of harpies, more harpy nests, anything like that.
Sure. So moving through, you move through the main hall. And you can see you kind of just were cutting through before, but you can see there's a host of rooms and guest quarters and servants' quarters, a decent sized kitchen in there. And you come across the castle is built kind of straddling this chasm. And initially I had a line kind of detailing it. And this chasm cuts across kind of there. The initial bridge, the jump where you had to leap across and the Rust brother fell to their death, kind of the same thing as before. The skeletons just kind of threw together a really crude bridge so they could cross it to get out. And you come to some old lab. There's still the splatters, the blood splatters that you had left there. The bodies that were there last time are now gone.
That makes that easy on us. We don't have to clean that up.
Yeah, but there's still the strange chemical looking flask and vials and like strange notes on dissection and demonology all over it. You kind of move further up through it and you come to the large theater where you fought the harpies originally. There's still the catapult that sets out on the balcony. But as you move in, you get that heavy scent, the scat from the birds, from the harpies, feathers scattered about. Now, last time you were here, you did not end up taking out all of the harpies. You did just enough to escape. And as soon as you enter in,
I got a little present for him this time.
Maybe they fought the undead army. Who knows?
Could be. I'm trying to remember, how many did it say there were?
I thought there was 2 or 3, but
Hundreds.
No, there's 2 of them you see moving about in the rafters. And Osborne, you see your special friend up there. As she screeches out, "My child!" Oh, I moved my camera accidentally. I hit the cord. Come back over here, camera.
I would like to ready an attack against this one.
Sure.
Wait. Well, why are you going to shoot your mother?
Reasons. Personal reasons.
Once, all of you know, if you're Jen and Adam, if you're wanting to get an idea of my interpretations of these harpies, have either of you watched The Last Unicorn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the harpy from The Last Unicorn.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, one of them decided to adopt Osborne and was very aggressively trying to feed him.
Yeah, okay, I remember hearing this now. We could use this to our advantage. They could help protect the keep.
would they though? Can they be negotiated with in that manner?
Have we tried?
No.
You think you could get Mommy to help us? As I look at Osborne.
I'm pulling a firebomb out of my backpack.
That's fair. I would like
Yeah, sure. Come on down here, mommy.
I would also like to remind Osborne that when you were up in the rafters, when they captured you and drug you up there last time, you were able to look down inside of their nest. And inside of the nest were just countless bones that looked like they belonged to children.
Yeah.
So usually children of the harpy don't last too long. Yeah, give me a manipulation test there, Jake.
Oh boy.
Did you bring a present for mommy for Valentine's
I sure
Day?
did. Oh, I'm gonna push it.
Oh, there you
There.
go. That's fantastic news.
I very rightly take a point of empathy damage.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you what, you catch this by surprise. 2 harpies. Make your attack.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Oh, come on. I gotta push that too. Damn.
Ignore the number I just put out there. That's fine. Okay. You missed, you pushed. You throw your firebomb, but it swings low, crashing into the floor, starting to kind of catch the dried harpy shit and bits of straw and cloth on the ground on fire. You have accidentally set your new home ablaze, but it's fine. It's all stone. A little bit of smoke damage.
That'll
It's
help us
one way
clean
to
this
do
mess up.
demo.
Yeah, one way to clean up a bird's nest.
Yeah.
Light it on fire.
We're definitely not doing regular initiative this time because
Man,
fuck that.
my
Dan,
birds.
I will tell you what, Dan, since you have an ability that lets you manipulate initiative,
If we want to throw it out later, I can just trade it in for something else.
yeah, it's all going to depend on my move. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 slow actions on your turn.
Okay, I'll take that.
Just because I'm ignoring your special ability.
It's what makes me special.
Uh-huh. I'm still fine with that. Let's see. I don't have a token for a harpy, but I do have one for Phil Collins. So, Jake,
Hans will be standing in for the harpies today.
you threw your bottle bomb. That's your turn. Who's going next?
Osborne's gonna panic and say, "Get him, Dan!"
Oh no! Why Dan first? Well, once again, I'm gonna have poison applied to my blade.
Sure.
One of these days, this is gonna work. One of these days.
Day's the day.
I believe in you.
Yes.
We have a reroll. No, we don't. We don't have any rerolls banked. Never mind.
So I'm gonna go and attack one of these harpies.
Sure.
I'm gonna do it with my fancy new sword.
Sure. They lowered down just low enough trying to get to Osborne. Hey, 2 points of damage.
Yep. And it will also get to roll against my poison.
Sure, and harpies don't have armor, so... what does it need to roll against your poison there, Dan?
Endurance, which I apparently only got 1 success on my poison, so.
Sure. Is endurance, is that a strength skill or an agility skill? It's a strength skill.
It's strength. Yep.
Sure thing.
Oh my.
So they matched your success. Does
Okay,
anything happen with your poison?
They take 1 point of damage to strength,
Okay.
and that's the end of it.
All right. Dan?
Fortunately, poison lasts for a quarter day, so I can keep trying.
Sure. Dan, who's going next?
Boy, I really like Waits's benefits to our overall combat efficiency, so I think Waits will go next. He
Yeah.
really pumps us up for a fight.
Blaze is looking around. He's like, you know what? it's time to get these bones a swinging. And so I think Waits is looking to swing a sword. Actually, yeah. So
Ooh.
he's like, "Ugh, yeah. So I think I'm just gonna charge up next to Dan and actually take a swing. Feeling
Sure.
all right about this. So I got my short sword. I used to be pretty good at this back
Yeah.
in my day. The heck of a swordsman. So I'll quick action into melee, and then I will try to roll. That's 2 successes.
Sure.
Nice.
It's not bad. All right.
And is there more than one? Is there more than one harpy? Like
There's two.
Okay, so then that's going to trigger one of my abilities that I actually have, which is the sword fighter.
Oh.
I can slash 2 enemies with my sword in a single action. I have to roll separately for the attacks.
Yeah.
And then there's like extra stuff if we did hidden combinations, but we don't. So it's
Okay.
not important. And so then on the second one, also 2 successes.
Wow.
And I'll push that one.
Okay.
And I still only have 2 successes.
All right. Wait, so who's going next? Don't forget about your NPC friends as well.
Yeah, I want to see what our new friend Grace can do. Because we never got a chance to see her tear up the old man, the old Alagod, whatever. So, Grace, come on, you old doggy, let's go.
Sisters of the Sky, be at peace. I'm new with this group. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're attacking. This was your home first. Will you protect it with us? I know we have hurt you, but can we work this out?
Give me a manipulate test, but I wanted it a -2. Because your friends have hurt them. You got a -1. How do you get a -1?
Yeah, I don't know how you get a -1.
Jeff, how do you get a -1?
It's probably because how much skill do you have in manipulation?
0.
So when you do -2, that means she's rolling her skill die that she's rolling. If she rolls any successes on those, they're a negative, and they would cancel out any successes she rolled on her attribute die. So she doesn't have any successes. So basically,
yeah, goose eggs. Sadly, yeah, you don't. They hear your pleas, and they... Too late, intruders. I will take my baby and eat on your flesh. So, anything else on your turn, or are you passing along?
Passing along.
Who would you like to go? Bellaria and Huxley haven't gone.
Bellaria.
You're okay. And along with our 2 NPCs and then the harpies themselves. So, Bellaria, what are you doing?
I'm gonna load a crossbow, and that's my slow action
Okay. Who are you passing it to?
because I was not prepared. So we'll pass it to Huxley, I believe, is the last.
Huxley. Don't forget, there's still your 2 NPC players as well.
Yep. And there's some merit in
Not having the harpies go twice in a row.
not having the harpies go last.
Huxley's going to run up to one of them and like grab it by the neck and just slam his fist right into her face.
It's fantastic. Go ahead and roll that melee attack. Oh, wow.
Nice.
2 points of damage.
Yep. Yeah, because unarmored attacks are 1. So yes, 2 points of damage to that one harpy.
It's fantastic. Who's going next? Harpies or your NPCs?
We'll let the harpy that I just attacked go.
Okay. I'm going to have both of the harpies go on the same turn, just
Sure.
for simplification. The one that you just punched in the face is going to make a grapple attack on Jake. Luckily, it's fairly well beat up. This is going to be an oppose, so Jake, you're fine. It tries and it claws at you, and it's trying to grab a hold of Osborne, but you're able to easily fend off. The other one, however, Steely Dan, Waits, Huxley, you've all moved up into melee range. So I'm going to roll a d6. 1, 2, Dan, 3, 4, Waits, 5, 6, Huxley. Huxley, this thing is going to... Oh, actually, you know what? I keep forgetting. I just need to roll a d6 and see what it does. This harpy showers the adventurers with terrible descriptions of what they're going to do to them. They threaten to tear off limbs, devour eyes, rip out tongues. Yeah, we get a 6 base fear test for the 3 of you.
So
4 points of damage to Wits. Let me double check. I don't think there's any.
got to have a talent to save versus those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the real question is what happens if you are broken from running out of wits?
I think it's just like you're counted as broken. You just don't have to roll an injury.
Yeah, it's only injuries come from strength. So, yeah, you're just broken.
I'm broken.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm not, actually.
Unless I would have healed up a wits on the journey
I mean,
back
probably
to
so.
here.
We've had plenty of time to rest.
You would have in the overnight sleep that we had.
Okay, so I'm not broken because that one wits was from the Undead King person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're broken from wits, paralyzed out of confusion. Oh, a critical injury on the horror table.
Oh.
All right. So was it just weights? You were the only one broken by that?
I got broken. Yep.
Let me get the horror table out. We don't ever get to roll on this thing.
Broken by wits is uncommon.
Altered personality.
Oh, no.
Wow, what is that?
Are you gonna
Your
become
personality
like
is altered and
evil
should be
bard?
role played.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So Waits, how does this
Got a big raid, guys.
fear? Oh, did we really? Hey there.
Orc and Spalt.
Orc and Spaltz. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the assist.
Awesome.
Jeff. I was gonna get that wrong.
Yeah, they well, I know one there. They do the Bitter Reach campaign on like I think it's every other Thursday with Matt. I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Matt, so yeah.
So yeah,
alternate personality. Jeez.
yeah. How is this fear altering your personality?
Gonna become evil weights?
I think I don't know. Like he's always been kind of he's been a kindly old man lately. That's kind of what he's been doing. So maybe he turns into a little bit more of a grumpy old man.
Oh, I love it. Either
Just
that
a
or
little
maybe revert you back to your more lecherous youth.
Yeah. That's not going to work so much when you're an old man.
Yeah.
It's just kind of creepy. So yeah, I think I'm just going to be kind of a grumpy old man who just
Okay.
isn't as friendly and isn't as excited about taking people under his wing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe we gotta be snappy with your
Wow.
proteges.
Come on, you damn midgets! Attack the son of things! God dang, what's wrong with y'all? Let's go, hustle.
And that is straight up permanent. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
No, well,
Wow.
So
Your songs are going to be just a little bit darker than they used
Yeah.
to be.
gonna be just metal. I guess all it's gonna be.
It's like when Johnny Cash started covering Nine Inch Nails.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I want to pass it on to Helidim.
Okay. I mean, Helidem, seeing her fallen leader, like weights fall like that, she's gonna charge in and start throwing the scimitar around. So yeah, whichever one did the screech that made Wits grab his head and sort of fall to the ground, she's gonna go ahead and charge at that one.
Sure thing.
You have to. What was the name of your band again, Jeff?
Mirth, Jin, Inquire. Ain't no mirth no more.
Big misery.
No. It's 2 successes, 3 damage.
Misery Gen Inquire now.
It's just a Molotov cocktail for the logo.
Okay.
And then she'll burn a willpower to attack again.
Sure.
Yeah. That's 1 damage. Let me push that. 4 damage.
She
Versus
skewers
5.
this harpy, breaking it, inflicting severed arm artery, lethal in D6 minutes. 1 minute.
Okay.
Soon.
Yeah, so this harpy is lying on the ground, bleeding out moments from death. So then after Helidem, the only one who hasn't gone is our other NPC friend, Algrim.
Yeah. Who will go ahead and do a Path of the Warcry, and we'll burn 2 willpower to give everyone +2 on any sort of attack rolls until they go again.
Sure.
And then, yeah, we'll go, Osborne, since it's been the longest since he's gone.
Yeah. Jake?
Alrighty. In that case, I'm gonna draw my flail and try to bonk mommy in the head.
Uh-huh.
And I'll have a, let's see, modifier +2. I'm gonna push that.
You're welcome to, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
5 damage.
Flail.
Your
I hit it
flail,
so hard, my flail breaks.
You bonked it.
as you just cleave hard into this harpy, breaking it, breaking this harpy's nose. So, one
The
harpy
ultimate.
bleeds out and dies on the ground. The other one's face is smashed to bits, lying on the ground unconscious. How do you all want to handle this from here?
I mean, last time we tried to negotiate with a creature, didn't go well.
Well, maybe it's changed its mind now that we've rattled it a bit.
Someone else can make that effort.
Or we can just throw it on that burning pile of poop over there.
I'm all right with that too, to be honest.
Oh, also, Jen and Adam, I don't know if you two got this bit of information, but everyone gets the... Oh, what is that, Jen? That's a general talent, right?
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded, yeah.
Both of you get... Was it rank 1 or rank 2 of cold-blooded?
2.
Both of you get rank 2 of cold-blooded.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, if you got an enemy on the ground and you need to kill them, I'm not a huge fan of making you fail an empathy test to do it. So, yeah, what's the plan?
You know, if one of you two want to try and turn it to our side, that's fine. But
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try something.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to say, now, Weeze is willing to spare your life if you're willing to change your ways. And I'm going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to pop a cork out of my wine bottle and pour it into a silver chalice. And I'm just going to sit down next to them while they're holding their face like that. And just, you know, we can make this a peaceful arrangement and we can benefit each other. As I'm going to cast the spell of Stir the Blood.
Sure.
Which I can make an emotion really intense. Hang on, I need to roll. I'll roll wits since I only have 1 there. And I rolled a 6, so it's a power level of 2.
Nice.
As I want to instill gratitude into the harpy and say, Listen, you don't have to die. But you can.
Okay. I will tell you what. I think that using magic to manipulate this harpy, I think that'll kind of negate my need for an additional roll. You just are going to be able to kind of bend them to your will using your magic. The harpy will agree. Fine, I'll stay and I'll help you watch over. This area will be, the rafters will be my roost. And I want regular visitation with my baby.
Well, first things first, we need to go over what is in your diet, your meal plan.
Small.
We need to
small animals.
Okay, so if we
There are dead children in that nest.
No
yeah,
more.
I mean, tell me about them bones.
Oh, those were my previous children. They were weak and didn't make it.
What do you mean they didn't make it?
They were weak and they died. They never figured out how to fly, or they would not eat, or they became ill.
So when they don't figure out how to fly, you do like birds and push them out.
Yes, how else do you teach your children how to fly?
Well, you see, this child is not a Navi.
Well,
It's a goblin. It's and we're
And I'm 64 years old, by the way.
You're long past learning to fly.
so
If I was gonna fly, I'd do it by now.
we call that a late bloomer.
we're going to have to make sure that you don't attempt to make him fly. And he can feed himself. Because if we find out that Osborne is in any way harmed by you,
Or any other children, for that matter.
yeah, it's going to have to be, things like cattle and, small game. Not.
Fine. I'll agree to this.
So,
Can I do an insight?
Sure. Yeah, you pick up.
One success.
She is agreeing to work with you. The whole thing. Don't try and teach Osborne how to fly. Don't try to feed Osborne. There's deception there.
I'll just whisper in Huxley's ear that she's not really
The sandwich
100%
one here.
honest. Just
how come I feel like you's lying?
I would never, but I have to take care of my baby.
We've
My
told
child.
you. We've told you that he's already grown up.
Look at him. He's so tiny and weak. He needs my help. He needs me to look after him and to help him to grow.
I'm pulling my other firebomb out of my backpack.
Are you throwing it?
Not yet. I'm just getting ready to throw it.
Please. That's right. That's right. You're strong and fierce. It's okay that you don't have feathers. We'll work on that.
I mean, can't we?
I think we tried.
No, I know how to get him to grow feathers. This isn't a problem.
Gorilla glue.
Be good.
No. It takes the old ways to do it. I'll just go and collect some cats, and we'll just wrap him in the skins of these cats, and we'll roll him up and let him sleep for a fortnight, and then when he wakes up, he'll have feathers.
Is that 3 damage not enough?
Wow,
Did
I kind
someone-
of want to see this, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jen, do you put an arrow in it?
Oh yes,
Oh,
we've tried.
you kill it. You pin its forehead to the ground. It's dead.
The second deception was mentioned. It's like,
Uh-huh. That's fair.
Nope.
All
Yeah,
right.
Like I said, we've done this game before and it didn't go well.
Listen, I just really think that Osborne just needs that motherly attention
Yeah.
from a
I
harpy.
mean, there's this part of me that can see it happen.
Yeah.
As soon as people start scooting away from the pinned to the ground dead harpy, I'm throwing my other firebomb at her.
That's fair. Absolutely fair. All right. So you
I wanted some harpy protectors for the castle, you know?
oh, I wanted both of them, but no.
Yeah.
It sounds cool, but
In theory,
There's a cost.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had killed that one first and left the other one alive, maybe that would have worked. But
Could be.
hard to know.
Yeah.
Shit
All
when they're
right. So I think this is a great wrapping point for us. When we pick back up in 2 weeks, we'll start here in Weatherstone. We can figure out if we want to work on some, upgrades to your new stronghold, or set back out into the world, or, play it by ear, see what you get. But that means it's now the time for experience point questions. So keep track of your own experience points as we go through the list. So, did you participate in the session? That's a yes for all of you. We probably ought to be keeping track of... I think we'll probably just give our 2 NPC characters just 4 XP per session.
I've been keeping track of it.
Oh, you have been?
Like,
Oh, then that's
yeah, I've been keeping
fantastic.
track.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
good job, you. Yeah, that's way easier. Because I was just thinking about that today. Like, man, maybe we should be keeping track
Yeah.
of that.
We might want to think about like making them hirelings once we get the stronghold going, so we could just convert them to like guards and stuff, because there's like a whole list. So that
Yeah,
might be something
that's-
else we could potentially do.
A good idea. All right, so did you participate? There's an XP for you. Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map you had not visited before? Exactly 1. So there's an XP for that.
Mhm.
Did you discover a new adventure site? I'm going to call that a no on this one. Just visiting places we've already been. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? That's a yes there. Did you find treasure? You did get that sword, and you
And
did
the
get...
ruby.
What's that?
And the ruby.
And the rod with the ruby in it.
We found heck of treasure.
Did you build a function in your stronghold? Technically, no, but you've just established your stronghold. So for today, I'm calling that a yes.
Yay.
Yay.
we can sleep in it. That's a new function.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you activate your pride?
Sure didn't.
No, I don't think anyone did. Did you suffer from your dark secret? 3 of you did. Huxley, Bellari, and Osborne.
Did I?
Well, yeah, your love of lighting things on fire, isn't that? Or no, that's just something you like to do, isn't it?
No, that is my dark secret, but I don't know how I truly invoked it.
Suffered from it. You
Well, yeah,
enjoyed it.
suffered. You enjoyed it. I was going to say you threw the skull in the fire. You torched one of the harpies' corpses. I don't know. It's
So
up to
yeah,
you,
I
Jim.
have set things on fire in the name of the god Horn, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fire was
Yeah.
had.
Risk your life for another PC. Bellari, you might be able to take this because you made everyone hang back
Mhm.
so you could go negotiate safe
That
passage.
Might not have gone well.
It could have gone a lot worse, yeah. Perform an extraordinary action of some kind. Does anyone think they get to take that today? Okay.
No.
All
did
right.
literally nothing useful.
That's, it's how the cookie crumbles, right?
I think Heladrin should get it though,
Yeah.
because she had that pretty crazy
That's-
turn against.
Yeah,
Elrond.
I'll give that. Yeah, that's
I'd say we
Good
definitely...
job, Heladrin.
Pretty potent as well.
That's true. I'll let you. If you think it's worth it, take it. I won't. Yeah, it's fine. I'm good with it. Yeah, and that's what we got. So yeah, 2 weeks from today, we'll be back here on Free League Publishing for our next session of this. Yeah, I'm Chuck, and Dan, Jake, and I, we're over on Defenders of Kobold. You can find us this Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central. We're going to play some Spectaculars. This Friday, we're going to play some Mutineer Zero. And this coming Saturday, Goodman Games Official, we're going to be... what are we playing there? That's... I don't remember what we're playing. We're playing... Creep Scrag Creep, the funnel. So yeah, that's it. And also Monday, we're launching our Kickstarter for our next Dies in the End series. So, go find that. Good job, you. Let's see. Adam, what do you want to plug?
I'd like to plug the Kickstarter for 321 Action again. It's a role-playing game made by John Hambo McGuire that is channeling all of the 80s action movies where physics isn't always as important as much as the fun and the action. So, yeah, you can pledge for that if you're into that sort of thing. It's a really rules light system, and I was brought on to help develop it. So
there we go. Very cool. What do we got next? Jeff.
Adventures in Lollygagging. We're over at twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. Just drop it in chat. We play a lot of games over there, tabletop role-playing games. We also play a lot on the Free League Publishing channel. So this Monday, a couple days from now at 9 p.m. Central, we'll be continuing our Vaesen game. And pretty soon, we're starting up some new games. I think we're hopefully going to be starting up 2 in March. One of them is going to be on this channel. That's going to be Things from the Flood. And another is probably going to be on our channel, which is, if I can put my head together, is going to be Delta Green. So that's what we got coming down the pike.
Very exciting. Jen.
Hey everybody, it's Jen. I'm with the Grim and Perilous crew, and I've got my channel Pixel Prowler where I play video games with a lot of them. So check that out.
Very cool. Let's see, Melissa.
Check out all the adventures and lollygagging stuff that Jeff mentioned.
There we go. Cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I fucking got. So I can't think of any more words to make. So thanks for watching, everyone. Check out all the cool links that Jeff dropped in chat. And I don't know. Till we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and wear your fucking mask. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's the wrong mouse. I gotta keep waving. They can still see us. Keep waving.
Getting tired.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. Goodbye.